Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of the daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, it is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest, who I light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? So, this is let me make sure I say this right, a Song Zhu Nag reading, okay? So it's spelled Sungtzuniagnag. Okay, that is the Chinese goddess of fertility. Okay, so you're in this beautiful, fertile place. She's asking you to really focus on creating your vision the way that you want to see it. Okay, do what makes your heart sing at this time. Okay, you're being nudged forward in an amazing way with spirit. Like they're working with you through this loving energy in such a powerful way. I feel like you've created this perfect health within yourself, and you have total access to divine abundance at this time. You are this beautiful beacon of light, and I think there's a need for you to really be that beacon. It's okay to be an inspiration and light the way for others, no matter where you think you are, or you could be asking yourself, like, how can I be an inspiration to others when I'm not even where I feel I should be? But Spirit's saying that doesn't matter. All that matters are your pure intentions and this caring love that you have for the community. All that matters is your connection to this beautiful Christ light and the way that you participate in this journey. Find clarity in every situation and really just try to focus on surrendering your ego in every moment. Like, because it's the ego that tells you, oh, you how can you be an inspiration? You can't. That's views of the ego, baby. I feel like you could be doing a lot of reflection at this time. Maybe there's a need for you to reflect over all the times that you were kind and you were compassionate in your journey. Like you're this beautiful warrior and you've awakened this passion within you. And in order to exercise that passion fully, you need to be in this energy of fearlessness. You need to be unafraid. You need to keep that, small, healthy fear that is reserved for God. But other than that, baby, you are free to do whatever it is that you want to do. All these philosophies you've been looking into, all of these karmic releases that you have done, and all of this, this mysticism you've unlocked within yourself. It's such a beautiful thing. You are in this blue avian. Okay, the Lyrians are here today, honey. In my energy. Okay, you are could be connected to the Lyrans. Okay, you could be a Lyran starseed. Okay, but also you could be a blue avian starseed. Very tapped into both of these specific cosmic races. Okay, so the only thing that I got was a dove tattoo. I wrote dove tattoo with a question mark. Okay, so I looked up the dove. Okay, the dove represents peace, freedom, or love, and it also can represent messages from the divine. And also this energy of that olive branch. Spirit coming in and offering you like a reprieve. The olive branch is peace. The olive branch is harmony. The olive branch is love. The olive branch is understanding. The olive branch is wisdom. All of these things that have been offered up to you from the divine in a major way at this time. You could have a dove tattoo. Okay, the dove tattoo represents victory. It represents God's will, and it represents the energies of love and peace. And it also represents fresh starts and new beginnings. So if you do got it tatted on you, baby, if you do have a dove tattoo, then please know that your soul put it there to represent these certain parts within you. We got the Merkaba, which talks about movement, long distance travel, and excitement. And then we got the Galactic Federation. Baby, you're so cosmically guided. It's not even funny. I feel like you have this connection with so many different alien, cosmic type of races that it's just gorgeous. Okay, you reach information and receive cosmic guidance that a lot of people never reach in their lives. Okay, we got the Agarthans, which are the inner earth beings. Okay, but it's all about manifesting multi-dimensional perception and attunement. I feel like you really have gotten attuned very well to this multi-dimensional perception about life. Like, your awareness is really opened up and you're operating from this very wise place, from this place where magic is just like out in the air, because it looks like she's creating this magic and floating it all around in her environment. And this is exactly the kind of thing that you're working on doing for yourself. We got the golden ratio with beauty, nature, and patterns. I think you're starting to sync up with the beautiful, magical nature of nature, okay? Because nature is, quite magical. Things happen, and we found ways to like predict and like monitor what's happening, but we can't control what happens with nature. Nature just moves the way that it moves, okay? It has cycles where it's building and it's creating, and it has cycles where everything is destroyed, and that's just the way that the cookie crumbles, is what I heard. What else? What's the rest of the overall energy? Sung Tzu. So we got defense, okay, with Roxanne Shante. I feel like you could be a real fighter. I feel like you could also be like a bit of a tomboy, or if you're a guy, you're like a girl's guy, you know what I'm saying? Where you really, I heard like empathize. Like, you could be, if you're a man, okay, you really empathize with women. I think you really understand them and their defensive nature and why they move how they move, because you're very intuitive and very in touch with your feminine side. And if you're a chick, then you're a tomboy because you have this real understanding for men. You're very connected to your masculine side. You really understand the hard time that they have in life and things like that. You are someone who is in balance, okay? And I think it took you a very long time to get to this place of balance, to get to this place of purity, to get to this place where you manifest things on purpose, to get to this place of confidence and to stand in your truth and with this courage, and not really worry about how other people feel about it. And then there's this fluidity energy, which feels like confirmation on what I'm saying. You're very fluid when it comes to like genders. You could even practice like gender fluidity. You could be someone who feels like love is love, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll take a boyfriend or a girlfriend, as long as they know who they are and they're in the best energies, as long as they know God. You really don't judge them. Like, you just love them for who they are. But also, I feel like you have this real need for order in your life. You have things that you're passionate about that you want to accomplish. And so these types of things you can get a little bit defensive about. There's this strong energy of you allowing the divine to like stand your ground, okay? Allow spirit to defend you. Like, try to avoid being too defensive at this time and focus more on staying open. I feel like you could be defensive because of all of the relationships you had to uncord yourself from. And I think that you're just now tapping into the freedom that is forgiveness. Like, maybe you could have intended to forgive for a long time, but you really didn't have a real understanding on how to do it, or how to feel like you had closure without actually having these long drawn out conversations with people where you really don't even feel the closure at the end of it. Like, now you've learned how to give yourself closure. I think you found the power in expressing your truth, and also you now feel that I am present, like within and all over you, very tapped in with your higher chakras, okay? You're doing such a great job of communicating honestly and being who you truly are for the people, baby. And that's what I love to see. I feel like you really have a great understanding of oneness, the concept of it, how it works, and how you fit into the whole thing. You could be finally really feeling like you're mastering the art mastering the art of being present, okay? Oh, I didn't even pull one, all right? I'm getting ahead of myself. You could be kind of getting your head ahead of yourself with that defensive energy sometimes. We got the law of grace. It says, be your divine essence and dissolve all in grace. I'm going to show you this one, but I'm not going to read it, okay? We got enter the magic because this is what you're doing. It says live in the now and seize the moment. And that's what I said. I just said you're getting the hang of being present, getting the hang of being in your own energy and really enjoying that shit, like I feel like for a long time you could have had a lot of people making you feel like, being in yourself, in your own skin, feeling comfortable with being who you are was like the wrong thing for you to do. So you're doing so good. I feel like you're accomplishing so many little tiny, like you're making so many little tiny accomplishments that it might feel like you're not even doing anything at all, but you're making the biggest moves you ever made with these little tiny things that you're fixing within yourself. Okay, so continue to do that. Like, it looks so good on you, baby. You could be a life path number 1 or 11 or 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, or you could be just seeing any of those numbers in any combination. Okay, 41. Okay, so it says we are all courted over lifetimes to those we have harmed with thoughts, words, or actions, and to those who have hurt us. These soul threads draw the same people, conditions, and situations into our lives again and again. Grace is the solvent that releases them forever. When you choose this card, unicorns are inviting you to act with pure source love so that you activate the law of grace. Grace is forgiveness. If you offer it to someone who has betrayed you, my bad. If you offer it to someone who has betrayed you, your heavenly gift breaks the energetic link and sets you free. It also fills that old space in your heart with love and generosity. When you ask for grace for all the hurts or harms you have caused consciously or unconsciously throughout your lifetimes, it also releases you and brings huge relief. No one is perfect, for Earth is a learning experience. If you feel you have acted imperfectly, forgive yourself. The person you were then did the best they could at the time in those circumstances. Until you forgive yourself, you will attract punishment because you believe you deserve it. But Source sees the divine in you, accepting you without judgment. See the divine in others. Look at everyone you meet with eyes of grace. Extend this to your friends, neighbors, acquaintances, all in the public domain and people throughout history. Grace enables relationships to transform with Source love. And when you practice giving and receiving unconditional acceptance, all karma is erased, okay? When you offer healing, send it under grace so that you are detached from the results. Grace asks God to take over for the highest good of all, okay? So the affirmation says, I accept grace and offer it to others, and then we got oneness on the next page, which talks about looking for the common humanity in everyone, And I know I be doing these readings and I be talking about these bitches because they're upsetting and they and they piss you off, but at the end of the day, I do understand oneness and I do actually have like love and grace and forgiveness for these people because that's one of the first things that spirit taught me, So just know that the law of grace dissolves all low vibrational or negative energies that could ever enter your life. It is the strongest weapon you will ever have access to. So please exercise it. And also, when you put your manifestations out, adding that little bit of grace onto there is definitely not a problem. Okay, you're extremely clairvoyant, baby. Okay, you got this beautiful inner sense of seeing. You could see a lot of images, pictures, symbols, words, and colors in your third eye. Okay, you need to trust those little visions and things that you see. You're also extremely clairaudient at this time. Okay, trust the things that you're hearing. Okay, like I was saying in the Aphrodite reading, you're hearing into different dimensions. Okay, you're hearing on a whole nother level. you have experienced some sort of DNA upgrade. And that's why forgiveness is important. If you want to improve your gifts and you want to get to a higher place, having that grace and forgiveness for yourself and others is going to be so important to that. And it is a very powerful way that you be of service, you know. Forgiveness is not something that a lot of people embrace in their lifetime. And it's very hard for people who haven't done any healing. So just when you are walking around forgiving these people, you're being of major service to the collective, to the world, okay? So just know that like your forgiving that you do to others is also a way of nurturing yourself. But I wasn't gonna say that, okay? But I forgot what I was gonna say, so I guess that was the important part. Like not only is your forgiveness and grace your way of being of service to the world, but it is a very powerful way where you nurture yourself, and it also helps you to create boundaries and to stay very strong with them, so then you don't have to be in such a defensive energy, because by giving it grace you gave it to God. Ooh. We got the animal kingdom. Okay, you could be very, very connected to the animal kingdom. This is that beautiful shamanic type of energy. Okay, it says animals of all types are extraordinary creatures and miraculous gifts to us, as they've been our spiritual companions since the dawn of time. Whether they have feathers or fur, two legs or four, they also have souls, and people take comfort in knowing their beloved pets exist in the spirit world. You can have some passed on animal guide, okay, maybe some animal that you used to have, like a cat or a little dog. I'm hearing like a Shih Tzu, okay, or some little dog like that. And also this mammoth in the back of this Agarthan's card was catching my attention, and I fought the urge to Google it, but I'm going to Google it because it says something that you may need to hear, okay? So the mammoth can represent courage and endurance, okay? It says in popular... Hold up. It says, in popular beliefs, a mammoth is an animal that lived on Earth in ancient times. Okay, that's you. Often, mammon is represented as continuing to live underground and underwater, hidden from the human eyes. Okay, just like the Agarthans. Okay, so they also represent fascination, hunting, idolization. Okay, it says mammoths have been the subject of idolization and are featured in the oldest figurative art in Europe, including mammoth carvings, mammoth ivory, and cave paintings. Okay, so you could be attracted to like hieroglyphics and things like that, old markings that people left behind in caves and things like that. Those types of things could really interest you. Okay, you could be interested in archaeology is what she's saying. Okay, we got guardianship, creation, and the ice age. Okay, I feel like your ice age is ending at this time, um, like an end of the stuck, stagnant, frozen type of energy. Also, you could have had people throwing lots of freezer spells at you. What else? We got ethical awareness. Jeez. I feel like you're very ethically aware though. Like even if you can be defensive, or even if you could have been someone who held a lot of grudges in the past, like you have grown past that so much. It says a great way to practice ethical awareness is to become mindful of your own behavior and how it impacts those around you. And I feel like that's something that you definitely have done. I feel like your choice to be of service to spirit and to have this strong ethical awareness has really improved your heart, and in that way has improved your mediumship abilities. Okay, so much beautiful energy has flown into you, and you're getting all of these beautiful divine nudges from your spirit guides at this time. Okay, the power of your thought is so strong. Okay, like you have very powerful thoughts and ideas that are meant to touch this world through you. Also, I feel like you could be very good with like telepathy. Okay, you could even be someone who like is trying to learn how to like move things with your mind. I forget what this is called. Okay, spirit. What is it called? Okay, It's not telepathy. It's I can't think of what it's called. Okay, telekinesis. Okay, you could be trying to develop your telekinesis at this time, because all of these gifts are just a state of mind. Like, I think you're a very powerful mind. She's saying it takes a strong mind to master telekinesis, or it takes a very strong mind to, like, levitate the way that monks learn to do. And I think this is the kind of mind power that you're after. You could be someone who searches for the ultimate peace. That's what I heard. Okay, we got the temperance, because you're in this beautiful earth angel type of energy. I feel like when it comes to the energy of clairvoyance, you need to realize that you are a beautiful emperor or empress type of energy. Okay, and that everything that you hear is very accurate. Okay, spirit ain't telling you no lies, and there is no interference. I'm hearing no more interference with your clairaudient channel. Okay, that you could have had some interference, but I think some energy that you walked away from recently that was stabbing you in the back. Okay, in the past. All right, that energy that you walk away from, that you uncorded yourself from, was affecting your psychic abilities, and now there's a need for you to show some forgiveness and some grace to that energy, so that you can rest your mind even further. This could be something that's even subconsciously bothering you, and therefore affecting the thought power that's so very strong with you. What's a clairaudience? We got the Hanged Man. Okay, so this is kind of what I was saying. Like, I feel like you get so many beautiful, enlightening messages, and you always find a way to get out of whatever issues or problems that you may have. We got the Devil and the Nine of Wands, though, because I feel like you could have been feeling like very psychically abused, okay, with the Seven of Swords, because there was some sneaky energy interfering with your channel. Okay, and you could have been very unaware of this. Okay, that's confirmation. There was a very sneaky energy that you unchained from, that was affecting the way that you hear spirit. Okay, trying to give you guidance in the wrong direction. So I think there's a real need for you to just address that in prayer. Okay, like, to tell God, I forgive, anyone who is trying to interfere with my channel or interfere with my gifts or trying to steer me the wrong way. God, I understand that they're lost. I understand they didn't choose to be of service like me. They didn't choose ethical awareness. I understand that they're still working on becoming the highest version of themselves. And I choose to forgive this and put grace behind that and put this in your hands, God, so you can handle this. Let's be of service. And also a little bit of forgiveness for yourself is what she's saying. Like, sometimes when we get our gifts or whatever, we feel so stupid when things like that happen, right? That's the vibes, like, like, how did I let that happen? How did I not realize that was happening? But Sung Tzu is saying that it's actually a very easy thing for someone to tap into that energy, especially when you haven't healed everything about you and you haven't forgiven everything about you. It's very easy for someone to tap into your vibes. So always, that's why shadow work is so important, because you always need to be on the lookout for what you can heal, so that there are no openings, there's no windows or doors that anyone can climb into to access your energy. But you're the Empress, like I said, you have already chosen to be of service, and this has brought so much beautiful energy into your life. The way that you be of service, the way that you help the collective, it's a gorgeous thing, and spirit don't ever want you to stop. What's nurturing thyself? The Three of Wands. Okay, the way that you have been nurturing yourself and showing others this love, the way you stepped up out of these burdens and still were able to fly, is beautiful. It's even like this energy of the burdens. It says goes on easier, stays on longer. Okay, because they're lipsticks. So I feel like, like, these burdens that you used to consider burdens are no longer burdens, but each and every little individual burden that you ever been through has become something that works for you. What's the animal kingdom? We got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, baby. Okay, I feel like whatever animal guides you do have in spirit, okay, they make sure that your cup is going to overflow and that you're going to receive this 10 of pentacles that you always wanted to receive. You know, animals are so much more wise than we give them credit for. You know, some people look at animals and they're like, oh, they're just two-dimensional and, you know, they're not that wise. They only exist because we think they exist. But that's just so not true. This is what she's saying. She's saying that's so not true, that these animals have souls. Okay, look at this spirit guide right here with this wolf. Okay, you can have a specific wolf spirit guide that guides you. You know, she's saying these animal spirit guides have access to the infinite. Okay, to the all. Some animals do such a great job being of service to you and protecting you that they get upgraded in the spiritual realm. That's why animals be, you know, looking like people and shit, because they have collected up so much wisdom where they're no longer the two-dimensional animal that they were. They get upgraded as well in the spiritual realm. Okay, what's ethical awareness? We got the Hermit and we got the Nine of Cups. So I feel like this ethical awareness that you sat back and took the time to learn and implement into your life is why you're finna get this wish fulfillment. We got the Queen of Wands, because I feel like all of the way that you follow your divine nudges and listen to your spirit guides and really try to think the most positive things has got you looking so good, you know? Like, that's something you need to not stop. Okay, baby, you looking like the high priestess out here or the high priest. Sir, you're looking good by the soul, and that's all that matters. Okay, just don't forget to practice that energy of forgiveness. Like, don't be riding your own back and being so hard on yourself. Look at yourself like this beautiful, independently wealthy energy that you are, and look at yourself like somebody who's expecting blessings, somebody who's expecting the sun, you know. I feel like you could be sort of waiting for the tower, you know, and that has something to do with this small energy of self-forgiveness that Sun Tzu is getting at, you know, like some part of you just feels like you don't deserve it, and you really do. Like, you have changed. God has forgiven you and is upholding you and your power in this world, okay? And that's why you're getting all these beautiful divine nudges. Like, your energy is gorgeous. It is amazing, okay? No matter what you've been through in the past and what you feel like you've done to not deserve it, you deserve it. I'm so emotional with these readings today. You know, we got the Three of Cups because now is a great time for you to celebrate. We got the Three of Pentacles because your team, your in spirit is all around you, preparing you, prepping you, getting you ready. And that means that they're helping you to embrace this energy of forgiveness and grace, helping you to see yourself as the beautiful, pure energy that you work so hard to become. What's going on with the clairvoyance and the temperance? It says, I don't know who I am anymore. You know, you could be having a bit of an issue with your transition, you know, like, I feel like maybe you changed all of the things that used to define you, you know, like maybe you're not used to shining so bright. You're not used to walking into this, you know, walking with this weird but authentic truth that you're walking with at this time. You could be needing to heal your wounds about what you think you should have or how you think other people look at you. Because people are looking at you like you are the shit, okay? What's clairaudience, the devil, the Nine of Wands, and the Hanged Man? Sexual desire, baby, okay? They're looking at you like you the shit. I'm hearing sexual seduction. Whoa, like, people feel so seduced by you and your energy, like you're beautiful. And it's not just because you're sexy, because you're sexy as hell. It's because of the beautiful energy that you're in ever since you walked away from these drugs and alcohol, okay? And I feel like things have become so much more clear to you now that you don't dabble in these drugs and alcohol. Like, I think it's so clear to you how all of the people around you have hurt you. And that could be a very hard thing to forgive. Trust me, I know. But Sun Tzu is saying that it's so much more worth it, and it helps you, it loosens up big parts of your energies and unlocks big gifts within you that you don't even know you got in you yet. Okay, what's be of service and the Empress? I can't take it anymore. I don't know, that gives me the energy of somebody else, if I'm being quite honest. Like somebody really is pressed about the way that you are looking like the Empress, the way that you have chosen to be responsible, to be of service. They might even be pushing that energy at you to get you back into drugs and alcohol, you know. But I don't get this energy like you're looking back, and that could be why you're feeling a little bit defensive, you know, feeling this energy of like, don't y'all respect where I am and where I'm going? No, they don't, because they're not operating out of this place of ethical awareness, you know. So that energy of you not expecting people to do what you would do, they not gonna do that, because they're not you, baby. They're in a different place on their journey, and I think there's a need for you to accept and offer grace to that, and stop letting that be something that tires out the mind, you know, because it has that ability to do it, you know. It fills the mind with whys, is what she's saying. It fills the mind with whys and I don't understands, rather than filling the mind with a calm energy and just receiving all of the answers to all of the whys and gaining a deeper understanding. And this is what's coming into you, you know. Just continue to nurture yourself the way that you've been doing. Let's nurture thyself, the 10 of Wands and the 3 of Wands. I long for your kiss, okay? So you can have a new lover coming in, okay? You can have somebody new, you know, who's really interested in you. I feel like this person could be very aware of all of the burdens that you've experienced. And if they're not aware, you know, it could be a totally new person. But I think that a lot of the burdens and lessons and things that you learned are going to match up with this person that's coming in, you know. They're so cute. That's what I heard. Like, they're so cute, you know. Maybe that's what they think about you, or this could be how you're going to feel about them, you know. This could be how you guys are going to feel about each other. And then we got this energy of like, why can't I move on from you, you know? So I feel like you really leave this lasting impression on anyone and everybody's lives that you ever touch. And that forgiveness is for you, baby, okay? It ain't for them, because at the end of the day, they always regret that you left. They always regret that they let all that grace that was on you slip through their fingers. They never fucking forget the way that you manifested everything that they ever needed in their life as long as they had you. They never forget that. And some of them don't even recognize it like that. They look at the whole situation from a very blind and one-sided way. And that's why you just got to forgive it and move on. Because right now they longing for your kiss too. They can't take it anymore. You out here looking good. Why you didn't look like that when you was with me? Because they didn't support you looking like that when you was with them. Okay? Why you wasn't acting like, why you didn't have all of this? Because they made sure that they dimmed your light in every way. So Spirit's saying, like, that's why the best thing you could do is forgive them, because these people are already in anguish. They already miss you. They already still in love with you. They stuck on you. They done, you know, love spells and, you know, tapped into your clairaudient energies and all of this stuff that was totally against spiritual law. And now they're in this place. Like, this is a season of exposure, but it's not only exposing people who was on some negative shit, it's also exposing very positive energies. These high priestess, independent, wealthy, empress, wishes fulfilled type of energy also. So you being seen, baby, they can see you, okay? You can't hide that light and all of that beauty you got going on. It's wide out here, okay, for everybody to see. What's Animal Kingdom? The Ace of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. I don't want to be alone anymore, you know. You could be missing your pet, okay? You could be missing your pet that passed away like crazy. Spirit saying, like, get a new pet. Seriously. They're suggesting that you get a new pet. Or maybe you just got a new pet and you really don't feel that same connection with your new pet that you had with your old pet. But this is an energy of your new pet is your old pet. Okay. So I know that's like, but for real though, your new pet is your old pet. And you was never alone and you ain't never gonna be alone, okay? What's ethical awareness? The Hermit and the 9 of Cups. The damn video stopped. I mean, maybe the internet stopped. I don't know. Yep. It says, I can't promise you anything under ethical awareness, the Hermit and the Nine of Cups. I think that's really the best thing that you ever did for yourself. I feel like you were in this energy where you were always like promising more of your time than you could give. Like, I feel like you were in, it's like either you're super open, too open, or you're just like defensive. And it's like, nah, there's no getting in. No, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sun Tzu is saying, try to find this very balanced middle ground when it comes to your promises and the way that you are of service to others. Go to your room. Don't do it in a way. Don't do it in a way that empties your cup. You know what I'm saying? And also try to avoid as many distractions as possible, you know? I feel like that's the main problem that you might run into with people, you know, where you're smart enough to know that I'm not going to promise you nothing. Like, if I don't feel like I'm going to be able to keep my word, or I'm going to be able to really fulfill what you need me to fulfill, then I'm not going to make this promise to you or make this commitment to whatever it is that they want you to make some sort of commitment to. So, like, continue to be responsible in that way. Keep following your divine nudges and what your guides really ask you to do, because it got you looking so good. Okay, nobody could ever step in the way of this or stop this in any way. What's divine nudges, spirit guides, and thought power? Okay, I want out. So the people that's getting exposed for trying, it's almost like this energy of when they did come into your head. It's like she's showing me Inception, you know. So in Inception, when they would go into the dreams, okay, if they changed too many things in the subconscious, or if they caused too many problems, then the subconscious would start to attack them until they left out of their dream, okay? We got, I was hurt by you, you know, so I guess this is people's excuse for why they did what they did. Oh, I was hurt by you, so I tapped into your clairvoyance and clairaudience, you know, to attack you. But that's bullshit, okay? They tapped into those energies because they thought that it would get them ahead in life. But your subconscious energies was aware of them, and they started getting attacked and getting their ass whooped, and they still getting their ass whooped. I heard, and they gonna keep getting their ass whooped. Look, now they can't stop thinking about you, and they obsessed with you. They could have been coming into your dreams trying to have sex with you, okay? This would be, make it very aware of who was tapping into your energies in this way. But this is not something that you need to worry about. You just need to offer as much forgiveness and grace to these things as possible, so that any cord or any attachments or anything like that can be dissolved out of your life, and they can be permanently removed from your energy. Because she's giving me this feeling like you kind of know what people I'm talking about. And even if you don't, there's still words that can be said, you know, that offer forgiveness to anyone who might wish to. You know what I'm saying? It still works. You don't have to have a specific name right there. Just, God, you know, I forgive and offer grace and love to anyone or anything trying to tap into my psychic gifts or to control my energy in any way. But they are no longer welcome in my energy. I release that energy, from my subconscious, from my mind, body, soul complex altogether, in this timeline and in all other timelines, you know, like, you're going to get real good at figuring out how to word your things, you know, if you're not good at it already. But the words that you speak, the prayers that you say, I was going to say the prayers that you think, you know, you could be someone who prays in your head a lot. These are very powerful things. One of your most powerful attributes is the way that you think. So really trust in that. And know that when they came into your energy, they was like, this is all too much. I can't do this. Like, they gonna kill me, okay? It says, why is it that you love me, you know? And it's like, the more time that they spent in your head, in your energy, in your gifts, they really didn't understand how the two of y'all ever came to be. Like, the more they discovered your power, or the kind of messages that you were meant to give at that specific time, where they actually had access to your thoughts and to your gifts, it really confused the shit out of them. They couldn't believe in that little time that they were tapped into your gifts, how much they learned. And it still didn't push them over into an energy of ethical awareness, okay? So Spirit saying, like, you're not wrong on what you were feeling. Things were off, but now things are back on. So there's no need for you to be too defensive or to stand your ground too much, because the threat has already been handled. All we need you to do is forgive yourself for, feeling like you let that in, because I think it's all a part of your specific journey and you learning how your gifts work and what kinds of things you need to heal and forgive in order to keep certain energies out or let certain energies in. I feel like this was a very important lesson for you to learn. Okay. This is a lesson I also had to learn. So, cause I mean, that was something that never even came to my mind as a possibility, of someone trying to tap into me subconsciously and, control the messages that I put out. Like, that was not even something that occurred to me at the beginning. This was like a big epiphany that Spirit dropped on me, and I think that they dropped this same epiphany on you. And this is just confirmation on what you already know to be true. What's the final thought on this, my love? But like I said, this is handled, baby. You're protected, and you always were. And you are like a very complex security system, which is the kind of things that Archangel Micheal says a lot in his readings. You are already equipped with everything that you need to protect yourself. And even if you're unaware in this human body, your soul is very aware of what's going on. Your oversoul, your higher self, they are very aware of what goes on in your energy, and nothing happens in your energy that is not approved. So you can learn something or become more aware of that type of energy, and releasing and letting go of certain things is very, very important for you at this time. Like, you can be assertive without being defensive is what she's saying. And this will keep you in the best fertile energies that you could ever ask to be in. All right, baby. What's the final thought on this? Okay. We got judgmental with observe your critic, and we got cautious, beware of dogs, I feel like also this voice, this energy that tapped into your energy somehow, excuse me, maybe they tapped in through the different ways that you were judging yourself, maybe they tapped into the part of you that felt like you were lacking in some sort of way. And they could have even tapped in through this energy where you were very cautious and having this fear that they're able to attack you. Like, these are the things that they get into. That's why we always talking about healing and, having this understanding of yourself and doing all of this shadow work, because this really does like fortify your security system in all of the best ways. Like, this is all a learning experience, and they're just teaching you how to protect yourself from the different threats and things that come along with this along the way, a little bit at a time. If you don't feel it, you'll never understand how to control or combat it. This is what she's really saying, okay? So these things that you have gone through or are going through currently are very important to your journey. And it's just all about you knowing yourself and feeling yourself the most. It's like letting you know the difference between an outside judgmental critic that's sending you thoughts and you and your confidence that you have in yourself, okay? I was just spitting. Excuse me. Jeez. I'm going to read both of them, actually. So it says, if you pounced on this card, okay, this cautious beware of dogs card. If you pounced on this card, you might need to approach something in your life with focused care and attention. You are being alerted by sights, sounds, and smells that tell you to slow down and proceed with caution, okay? It could be a new relationship, a new project or venture, or any of those now in progress that have your fur up for one reason or another, because cats' fur raises when they get afraid or when they're on guard or when they're on the attack, okay? So it says that have your fur up for one reason or another. It may be that real danger lurks or just the unknown. Either way, you don't want to find yourself desperately clawing for safety because you proceeded hastily or did not consider your exit strategy ahead of time. Quick or hurried action is not called for here. As they say, safety first. Your first step is to notice any feelings of unsafety gnawing on you. What does your internal compass say? It says on the other paw, taking precautions does not mean you have to play dead, give up, or flee. Proceeding with caution should not dissuade you from taking calculated risk. As the saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gained. It says give decisions, strategies, and actions time to evolve as you gather great input from reliable sources of information and wisdom. Who would be good to curl up with for a consult before you take the leap? Who might join you in your endeavor? Sometimes partnership can help put the brakes on an impulsive move, giving you time to consider all the outcomes. The best path might be to slowly and deliberately put one paw in front of the other as you feel out what's behind the door or wall that's between you and the visible results of your actions. So it's almost this energy of like, you could have been very cautious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have been very aware of this type of energy going on in the background. But I think it's this energy where you judged yourself, where you really didn't know, like you weren't trusting in your gifts. And so it brought about this type of energy, okay, where somebody else was able to tap into those gifts. And now let me tell you about the other one. Okay, so it says, if you pounced on this card, you are sitting in judgment of yourself or others in a less constructive posture. Sometimes judgment can ensure our survival and creativity as a species. We need to be able to differentiate what is safe and what is dangerous, what we like and what we don't like. We make choices and take action on the basis of judgments all day long. When we become judgmental, we often turn on ourselves or others based on an evaluation that we or they are bad for what they do or who they are. This kind of judgment may often be unconscious and the result of early life training and can arise from hurtful experiences in particular situations that we later compare with new experiences. Okay, so that's why that energy of forgiveness is very important. It says often what is underlying negative judgment is an unmet want or need. The thinking might go like this: if only someone or something would change, then I would not have to be something, or I could finally get something, if this person wasn't acting like this all the time, if they wasn't trying to hold me back, or if they wasn't doing this, then maybe I could get somewhere, or if I wouldn't have did this in the past or did that in the past or did that, then maybe I would be much further along at this time, and these are judgments, very unhealthy judgments that you could be making on yourself, which is leaving your energy open to other people who are judgmental of you. It says, when we've been judged or spend time with those who are chronically judgmental, we take in their negative messages or stories about us and develop what's called the inner critic. Then we no longer need to hear their scratching on our door. The scratching comes from within. The inner critic can be more abusive than any miscreant pet owner, draining our energy and life force when it's whimpering or roaring with incessant self-criticism. A person who has not tamed their inner critic can also be critical of everyone and everything, putting others on the defensive and causing them to scat. Once identified, it's possible to make friends with your inner critic and ask it to speak to you in a loving way. That helps guide and support you to make decisions in alignment with your highest good and values. And then you will be less likely to strike out at others with claws bared, you know. So that energy of taking your ego or the subconscious mind and making it something that works for you rather than making it something that's always spewing negativity that's filed back there that never gets healed, you know? Because a lot of people put their negative thoughts and things about themselves and then they unknowingly project this very negative type of thought power onto others. And I think this is something that you have really healed within yourself, and a little bit of deeper forgiveness, maybe a little bit more attention to that will really help you make big strides at this time, you know. Or this could definitely be something that you're just done handling and this is just a debrief on the mission you just handled, you know. Congratulations either way, because it is handled. Just the fact that it's in your awareness is enough, you know. So with that, I'm done. I hope you got something that you needed out of this. Okay, that you have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.